Everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dylan James, and I'm a mindset coach that loves to specifically focus on relationships. However, I'm not just limited to helping you with relationships. And today I'm not going to do my full intro because I have a session in 13 minutes, but I wanted to make sure I got on today and did a video. So I want to make it very quick and to the point with this topic and how you should be spending your time each day and where you should be in your mindset. Okay. So in the previous two videos that I put out, I was talking about really why the circumstances do not matter. And I'm going to just drive this point home even more in this video, okay? So in a moment-to-moment basis, what you feed your mind is creating. And I'm gonna use an example from my past a very long time ago when I was going to university and I had tons and tons and tons of undesirable circumstances that were placed in front of me. Okay, so I've said in my content that life is more kind of like a painting. And instead of yelling at the painting, you want to adjust your beliefs and reinforce those beliefs. So I don't want to devalue the challenges that are put in front of you, because a lot of this mindset work is about really seeing past what's in front of you and maintaining a vision and leading that vision with confidence, regardless of what's placed in front of you. So it takes a lot of mental fortitude, but a lot of that mental fortitude is established by sleeping with the beliefs on at nighttime. So it gets easier. And it's actually really amazing because I work with so many people where I've seen people just completely transform out of anxious attachment, out of constantly fearing, doubting, and worrying, and being able to relax and handle their reality in a way that creates the outcomes that they desire. But I want to make this video extremely clear for how you spend your time matters. And I'm going to use an example from my past very quickly. So when I was going to university, I didn't have the best relationship with money at that time. So I had a really horrible car. And I remember this one day, like the AC did not work. It was so bad. Like I couldn't get an oil change on it. And I had to drive from where I lived to university, and it was the middle of summer, and I got in my car and I barely had any gas. My oil light turned on and it was literally 105 degrees outside, okay? And I had to drive from the university back to my house with all the windows rolled down, and it was hot in the car because it was 105 degrees outside, and it was hot outside. The wind that was blowing in was not cold, okay? And I'm sweating my butt off. And I was literally didn't even have my shirt on. I was like, okay, I hope my car makes it. And I just held a vision that I'm getting home. I'm getting home. I'm getting home, even though I'm literally zero on gas and my oil light is on and this car is a piece of crap. And it was a very undesirable circumstance, you guys. I'm almost passing out at the wheel, okay? This is the same thing for when I was a runner, okay? So I ran cross country and I would have to run 7 or 8 miles. And in the moment, when your body is aching and you're 6 miles in and you're maintaining a 7-minute pace, you don't really have the time to sit there and think about how it's difficult or it's hard, right? In that moment, I didn't have the time to think about, I really hope my car doesn't break down right now, or this is a really difficult circumstance, or I'm just going to give up and call somebody to come and help me. No, I had to create it for myself, okay? And so this is really important, okay? Because a lot of this requires you to take the focus off of the circumstances and commit to what it is that you are creating in a way that is empowered, in a way that you can deal with reality and not feel victimized by it. It requires you to put your emotional component to the side and persist through the challenges, regardless of what is put in front of you. That is really important. And I'm going to explain why that's important from the time aspect. Okay. So you are making tons of unconscious decisions all day long, all day long, all day long, all day long. And the decisions that you are making are dependent upon where you are in your mind. So if I want you to imagine 2 realities, okay? In one reality, you are extremely confident, you're knowing, you believe in yourself, you don't care what is presented to you, you are persisting forward with this vision that you have, and you know that you can achieve, be, do, and have anything. And another reality, you feel like life is happening to you, it's really difficult, every single challenge that pops up feels like a blow to your self-esteem, and you're constantly feeling like everything in your reality is falling apart, okay? How you spend your time in this reality is going to create that experience with every single little decision that you're making. And so versus in this reality, you're cutting out all of the fluff, the emotional impact of everything, and you're very laser focused on what it is that you're creating. Essentially, you're not allowing anything to throw you off. Think about the time being used here, okay? Much more constructive, moving you towards your goals, your dreams, and your manifestations a lot more quickly, okay? Now, I don't want to devalue the circumstances that are going on in your reality, but also at the same time, I'm saying you don't really have the time to cry over what's occurred to you or feel victimized over what has occurred to you or feel sorry for yourself in that sense. Although I understand it. And like I said, I want to be compassionate. I get it. When things are difficult, there's an emotional impact. What I'm saying though is you don't have the time to feed into that. It's not constructively using your time. And what happens is when you continue to focus on the challenges and how everything is not working and how you feel sorry for yourself and how you can never do it, you're going to keep shifting into that reality. Okay? That's not, ask yourself, how does this help me right now? How does feeling sorry for myself help me? How does feeling victimized by my reality help me? How does this really move me towards my goal? It doesn't. It's a displacement of your energy. And so there has to be a huge level of detachment from what's going on in front of you. And this is why I say the circumstances don't matter, because you don't have the time or energy to dwell on the circumstances or really go over it and reframe it in your mind a million times. You need to decide, this is what I'm creating. I'm believing that this is what I am creating. And instead of trying to figure out how to create it, I'm going to put all of my time and energy into becoming the version of myself that can do that. And I don't have the time to sit here and cry. I don't have the time to sit here and wonder or worry. I don't have the time to sit here and feel like there's competition. All of those things are irrelevant. They're completely irrelevant. The person that gets what they want out of life is the person that puts all the focus on themselves and persists each day and continues to build themselves and believes in themselves and feels good. They validate themselves. They love themselves. They trust themselves. They're secure within themselves. They are able to take what is given to them and turn it into gold. Okay. And so with whatever is going on in your reality, I understand, let's say you're manifesting a specific person and an undesirable circumstance pops up and you want to be like, fuck, why is this going on? When you are in that moment, I want you to really take a step back and ask yourself, what am I really getting from this person? What am I really getting from them? I'm sharing my life with them. Do I have anything to share when I feel like nothing is working for me? No. So with them, it's done. I don't need to worry about whether or not I'm going to get this person. That's where you have to really ask yourself if you believe, okay? And this is something I've been talking about in my client sessions. If you genuinely believe that somebody loves you, if you genuinely believe and trust that your relationship is going to work, you should be able to let it go. Meaning, I don't need to think about this anymore. I know we're meant for each other. I don't need to worry about that. We always got each other's back. If you have a hard time with letting go and taking the focus off of the circumstances, it is because you don't actually believe in your relationship. And that is an issue. Because if you don't believe in your relationship or you don't believe that it's going to be able to come back together and you don't trust it, who's going to? Who's going to? Who's going to? And so this is where you have to really check yourself and say, okay, the circumstances literally don't matter. I don't have the time and energy to feel sad or sorry about this. I only have time and energy to really build the best version of myself and believe in my ability to create and achieve what it is that I want. And what does that look like? That looks like waking up every single day, having the best beliefs, prioritizing myself, and taking care of what I need to do in my reality with the best mindset going forward and the ability to logically deal with what's going on in my reality. It was a very undesirable circumstance to be sitting in a 105-degree car driving down the highway and my gas is almost out and my oil light is on. That was very undesirable, right? But I didn't have the time to sit there and think about how it was undesirable. I just kept my vision on, I'm getting home, this is working, it's fine. I didn't cry about how hot it was. I wasn't upset by it. I didn't think, how is this happening to me? I just proceeded forward with my belief. That is it. You don't really have the time to sit here and feel sorry for yourself. And that does require a huge level of detachment from the things that are in front of you, because you're not getting your joy or your happiness or your peace from anything outside of you. The reason why I did that is because I was manifesting being a straight A student. Nothing was getting in the way of me getting straight A's. I didn't care if I had to sit in a 105-degree car. That was a piece of crap. I was getting to that university and I was coming home. Nothing was going to stop that. No circumstance was in my way except for what I believed and felt about myself at that moment. And when you step into that level of relentless belief, you will always achieve. But you have to really check yourself and see, do you actually believe? Because when you really want something, you're not going to be thrown off by circumstances. You're going to see them as challenges that you're going to overcome, and they become really fun. Okay. Oh, this isn't working? Great. Let's see how this unfolds, because I know I can get this. This is freaking hilarious. I got this already. I'm going to keep going this direction. Okay. Alrighty. I have to get going, you guys, because my session is starting in 3 minutes, but I love you all so much. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you later. Believe in yourself. Okay. You got this.